And then, of course, some wiring. When you pop the hood on this, you can tell it's been sitting for a while, and right out of the gate, you get some splices, some, well, look at that. So,
yeah, that's not so good.
No,
well,
that's a problem.
You know, our buddy Tommy, when he picked it up, he's all excited about the car, but the first time he turned the key, he started seeing the smoke come out of the wires. So,
right.
you know, again, these things have been sitting around for a long time, and all they weren't thinking about the handling part, they weren't thinking about 50 or 60 years later how all this stuff was going to hold up. So, first place we're going to start is in the wiring. As Willie pointed out, you got a lot of stuff spliced in, rewired, and if you look down here, you got a lot of these sort of wires going to nowhere. And I love how you have, you know, you've got a splice to a short wire to a splice to a short wire to another splice. All right, instead of just sitting here and trying to diagnose every one of these points where we could let the smoke out of the wire, probably easier to just rewire the whole thing.
Exactly.
So, let's show you what we've got. We're going to start in the engine compartment because this sees the elements a lot more than inside. Yeah. And with a plug-and-play kit like we've got from American Autowire, we can literally start unconnecting and reconnecting and hit this engine compartment, boom, real quick so we can get on the road faster.
Yeah, and it literally, truly is a plug and play. The old connectors, the old fuse block, anything you need, old stuff from 1966 is there and available, so it makes the swap out really simple.
Well, let's start stringing this along. We'll also show you a little bit more of what comes with the kit so you can do the rest of the vehicle and show you how easy it is.
The old bulkhead.
Yeah. So you can see we've got the bulkhead connector off. We're pulling the old wiring harness out. And before we get too far and just yank it all out, we're going to plug the new one in, which is an exact copy, except less corrosion, less issues, of course. So we can plug this new one in right to that bulkhead fitting. We've got the little snaps to pop it in place. We route it right where it's supposed to go. And then we've got all our leads with the right little terminal ends. We can just click and click. As we unplug, we can plug back in.
Right.
So that makes it all real simple. Now, one thing nice about this kit, it's a factory replacement. So it's exact. You know, it's using the same GM drawings, the same GM tools to make everything. So in our case, I can start at the engine and I can plug this guy in, leaving the original harness until I'm ready to tear the interior apart and work my way out to the most damaged goods. But let's show you on the bench some of the details that go into a kit like this so you can decide which is the right one for you.
You handle that. I'm going to start stringing this through the headlights, starter control unit, other stuff.
All right. Now, we've done a lot of resto mod kind of builds on our show, and typically with American Autowire, we've used their classic update kits. So it's got all the connectors, everything, it's all strung out nicely, all the wires are labeled, it makes it easy. But what they've done in the classic updates is keep it, you know, for vehicle specifics, but they've added some things that you might do to your car, like electric fuel pump, electric fans, and you can see these are the modern blade style fuses. So that's a great kit when you want to redo your wiring, but maybe add some of the modern improvements over time, right? But if you've got a car like this with only 30,000 miles, a real rare build, you don't want to go modding a whole bunch of stuff. You'd like to be able to keep it, you know, kind of tame. Like, so we're doing this disc brake conversion for safety, but we could always take it back if we need to. Well, the wiring harness can kind of work similar. So this is that bulkhead connector where we're stringing those two brand new harnesses in the engine bay. So those are going to look just like factory. And if we want to continue on, we can get the main body harness, under dash harness. Well, this one uses the original glass fuses. So everything in the kit is right to the GM specs, right? The same tooling and all that stuff. So you can keep the car not as a mod, but a full restoration. So you've got your choice. You can call American Autowire, pick different harnesses that you need, whether it's the taillight sections or whatnot, or you can get some of the upgrades that are really nice to have on your vehicle. And of course, they have everything from ignition switches, high beam switches, everything like that. So you're covered. This is going to be an easy job because we're going to leave the inside until we get further onto this restoration project, but we can get the engine running, we can get that stuff clean by just plug it and play. Let me get Willie a little bit more hand over here, so keep moving.